Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Portland as the Trailblazers go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. For Cleveland, they come in off a win in their last outing against the Suns in Phoenix. Feeling confident after a runaway win. We'll see if they carry over some of that momentum. And
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
We are live, the home of the Trailblazers in beautiful Portland, Oregon. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, our game analyst, and from the sideline, David Aldridge. For the Portland Trailblazers, they won their last contest, that game against Miami. And that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you'd have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Thanks, guys. Well, look, the Trailblazers are a promising young team. They've gone through their growing pains at times, but point guard Damian Lillard says the work ethic gives him optimism. He says when you have a group of guys that puts in time like this, you got to believe. When you see it every day, you know it has to work out at some point. Kevin?
Thanks, David. What a leader Lillard has become for this team. The Blazers' future is certainly bright with him at the helm. Doris, the teams that are postseason locks, they have to choose whether to rest starters or play those starters to maintain their momentum. Is momentum something, as a former player, that you can turn on and off?
You know what, Kevin? I think this is a fine balancing act for both the coaches and the players. If your playoff position is secured
On 74%.
Well, you look at the Cavs offense, right? It's all about drive and kick. They put the
Fresh, and they all contributed.
I think, Greg, everyone played their role so well, and I loved how aggressive the guys off the bench were in that one.
Wade, he's checked in for J.R. Smith. Now here's LeBron. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to. He feeds it to Vonleh. Pass to Nurkic. And it's sent back by Howard.
And love seeing Howard rise up and reject shooters. Just a juggernaut on defense.
Here's LeBron, and finished off by LeBron.
Oh, he loves this. Just blows past up and drill the jump shot.
And Doris, coming into the NBA, Love's game was centered around the basket, a double-double machine.
Well, think about this, Kev. One of 5 players in the last 3 decades to average over 15 rebounds for an entire season. He did that in 2011.
Play. And the rejection by James.
Oh, you watch LeBron, not a prolific shot blocker, but when he wants to get it done, he is emphatic.
The game now all-time. LeBron's got his thumb. James evolved over the years, adding a post-game, improving his three-pointer.
Well, I think, Kevin, like all the greats, the work habits and willingness to add dimensions to his game have always been there. We understand passing and playmaking have been the constants of his career, but
The all-NBA teams, but most important to him and his legacy are the 3 NBA titles.
Here's LeBron, following the score by Damian Lillard. The shot's good from Love for Vonleh. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Turner can't get that one to fall.
Oh, great job on the closeout, providing a lot of good D on the perimeter.
well, that's just superb effort on the defensive end. You don't.
Right wing. Floats it up for James.
LeBron rolling. He's grooving. He feels good, ready to take over this game.
But no scoring yet from him. Love outside. LeBron James on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Over Sessions. Nurkic can't hit. The Cavaliers shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. And Sessions against Turner. Now here's James. Defense right on him. Clock at 4. Back to Sessions. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
Added since coming to the NBA, from barely shooting any early on in his career where he was a flat back to the basket scorer, now three-pointers account for almost half of his field goal attempts.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Ed Davis is checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Noah Vonleh. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Harkless. And Lillard subbed in for McCollum. It's all tied in Portland. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
Just got to compete. You know, keep competing, trust each other, and make plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 block. Shaq, how do you think the Trailblazers were playing?
They were really efficient, great approach offensively. Their shot selection was first rate. They were always working hard to get good looks. That can't change in the second half. They need to be just as well organized as they have been so far.
Kenny, let's get your insight on Cleveland.
Well, they were consistent from downtown. The playmakers found open shooters, and the shooters delivered and knocked down shots on a high level. In some ways, it came down to confidence. We'll see if they have that same swagger in the second half.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Welcome back. Downtown Portland looking spectacular tonight from the air. Such a scenic location here in Oregon. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
And in that first half, something we don't see a lot of from him, the ability to make everyone around him better.
I don't think there's any question that that's an added bonus for this team, Greg. I'll be interested to see.
He's got 4 rebounds in this game. That's a 2 from Smith. Misses off the right iron.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
LeBron James on the wing. Turner covering. Yep, it counts. Nurkic a screen on Walker. Stolen by Walker. And now the Cavaliers. Fast.
And there's no question that James is one of the best dunkers ever.
Free throw good, LeBron.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
For the Trailblazer. Been 5 down for him so far.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Gasping for air and giving limited effort on the defensive end. Right now it's all about the offense. Boy, the shooting has been off the charts.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys,
advantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
I'll tell you, that's really clever because it's not easy to get that mid-range off over a guy who's got a... Whoa! You can see it in LeBron's eyes. He will not be...
Resistance.
They've got to be willing to step up. And when it's this close, you just can't let them get easy buckets. Make them feel you a bit.
Pass to Cauley Stein. There's the dish to James. And James.
Strike. The defense would rather avoid sending him there.
The first free throw is good. And both free throws good for James. It's rebounded by Cleveland. James outside. And finished off by LeBron.
Well, I'm not sure there's a more intimidating sight in basketball than what.
McCollum, no good. For Cleveland, they've gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them.
How good is King James?
Again, McCollum missing. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Out to Wade. Uncovered. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. The points at the line.
Come on, LeBron welcomes contact, so you are really doing him a favor when you send him to the line.
And the first one drops. And you look at last season for Channing Frye, some of the best shooting numbers, Doris, of his career.
I think all the more impressive, Kev, when you consider the personal adversity he weathered with the passing of both his parents.
Outside, Walker feeds to LeBron. James, a screen on Turner. James against McCollum. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Wade. Puts up a 3. Good, and the assist goes to James. Over Walker. Lillard misses. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. The shot's good from LeBron. And now it's an 11-point Cleveland lead.
Ooh, with a player this hot, I don't see their lead going anywhere.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And Doris, you've spoken in the past about the art form of drawing a foul. Who are some of the best players that you've seen in executing that?
Well, I think the preeminent guy at this point would have to be James Harden, right? And this guy specializes in the and one, the 3-shot opportunities from 3. And listen, that is part of the game, and we do not want to take that aspect away, right? Because and ones have always been a part of the game. What we need to evaluate is at what point does a shot attempt begin versus those guys who are throwing themselves, or in James Harden's case, sometimes grabbing the arm of the defender and creating a foul where none existed before.
He's been very clever in perfecting that, and I give him credit because he has taken
the time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Here's James. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. James has got 38 points.
You know, Michael Jordan, later in his career...
His 3-pointers off the mark. The Cavaliers leading by 11. For 3, Smith. Another 3 for Cleveland.
And really, Smith is...
1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Here's James. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts, and a chance for one more here.
You guys, this is superior strength by James. Even when the defense roughs him up, he's more than capable of playing through them. It's amazing.
Shortening the preseason, adding a week to the regular season to avoid some back-to-backs. Doris, how much is that going to help the players, you think, stay healthy?
You know, this is a fascinating development in one of the areas where the NBA was so proactive in long-term health and well-being of their players. Kevin, I'm anxious
as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Cavaliers.
And they had to battle for this win. They were
there a little late.
Free throw good, and so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Kevin. You guys pulled away in the second half. What were the differences?
No, we all contributed tonight, and if we have a well-balanced, scoring and we're efficient on both ends, we usually end up winning the game. And, like you said, the second half was big for us tonight.
You got it done when it counted. Thanks very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.